once you can see this, my screen.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how to define a variable and from where exactly you have to define a variable. If you know this area, which is something is known as a trigger, and there is something is known as a manage project variables. So this a box sign is something for the variable window. You have to click on that, and you can see this window is opening, which is known as a variable. Okay. Now, if I want to define any variable, you can click on this plus sign, and another box is going to open, which is asking for some name. You know, I just ask you some name. What will be my things? So I can say a first name will be maybe my variable name. What type of a data are you going to store in that? I told you there is a three things that you can store. It may be a number, it can be a text, or it can be a Boolean value, which is nothing but known as a true and false. So naturally, if you are taking a first name as a variable, 101% we can use a type as a text. If you want any default value by default, then you can type it, else you can directly say okay. So this is not necessary that you have to type it. Yeah. So suppose if I'm typing it, Bhavesh, that is fine. Okay. So can you see is a name is a first name, type is a text, a default value is Bhavesh, and use count. What is a use count? We'll come to know how many times you will be using your variable. You will come to know okay, that many times is your variable is used in your screen. Yeah. As soon as I say okay, you can't see any change on your screen. Yeah. So if you want to see your variable, you have to click this window and you can see here. Clear? What I'm doing it, I'm defining a one more variable. I am saying another one is age. Age, naturally, I have to put it in a number. Default value, okay, whatever the default value you want to put it, you can put it, otherwise it's taking as a 0. Okay, so I'm just putting as a 40. I don't know what is my right age, so don't ask me. So can you see here, I will be having two variables, one is a first name and one is a age. I say okay. Now what to do it, how to use it, what we can do it with the variables, we can understand. Whenever you want to access any variables or you want to display your value, you have one options to display it. So what I'm doing it, I'm saying a insert text box. Okay, insert text. In insert, there is one option is known as a reference. This is an easier way to display your variable value. Okay, I'm clicking on a reference, and can you see what is happening? It's showing me the some references. Can you see? First, I have opened the same window, but it was showing with the variables, but now it's showing with the references. But it's nothing but your variable window only. How many variables you have defined will be shown as your reference. And I say click on the first name and I say okay. I'm just zooming in this area. Can you see this thing?
Yeah.
So what is this? This is something of some coding language wherever the percentage sign in the starting and at the end, and in between, if you will see, what is this?
The first variable name.
Okay, the variable name that we have defined. Okay, clear? Now we can see something. What I want to show. So suppose you can understand this is my a template. So what I am doing it, I am saying it. Can you see the output?
Yeah.
So what is this? My first name is Bhavesh. Now just understand what is a variable. See here, if I have created a variable, some value is stored here. How many times I want to use this value, I can use it as many as time. So now if I'm creating a new slide, I want to use again this name. Yeah, I can use it. But understand, tomorrow I have used around 20 times this name without variable. I'm saying my first name is Bhavesh, and this template is coming with a Vignesh. What Vignesh will do? He will change my first name is Vignesh around 20 times in my slide. But now he doesn't have to do this thing. What I have to do it? I'm just going here, and what I'm doing, I have to change this variable value.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So if I change that variable value, I say okay, and I say preview the slide. Let's change. So everywhere if I go, it will be Vignesh. Okay, so just understand funda of a variable. It's storing some value which you can use it again and again, and you can change as per your requirement. Understand variable? Ha ya na?
Yes. Yes. Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, still we can see some more examples. Last time we have learned something like a slides. Okay, slide numbering and all that stuff. At that time, I think there was one question was coming, if we can define a slide number manually also. If I want to define a manually also, how can I define it? I can do it with the variables, wherever we can change the value and we can do everything. Okay, so what I'm doing it, I'm just skipping this thing aside. What I'm doing it, I'm defining a new variable.
Bhavesh, the first letter you're using in small letters. Yeah, is this how it has to be done, or is it a format?
Okay. Now, whenever you are defining a variables, it's always in a small letter is the first, and then if there is a second word is coming, it's always used as a uppercase. So these are tools in a JavaScript and Java. Here you can define any way, it is fine. But this is a right practice. Whenever you have a two words, always it will be with the small name, and then after will be the big name.
And no space is given.
A variable name doesn't have a space. One more thing is a case sensitive. Case sensitive, it means whenever you are using a slide num, the way you are writing, the same manner you have to write it. So suppose while referencing it, if I will put S as a capital, the value won't be displayed. So the way how you can write, it's no restriction in this storyline. But naturally, if you are writing in any other programming language, there is some rules and regulations we have to follow. Okay. So slide num, I say okay, and I say okay. So what I am doing here, now I have to just create a one text box. The same thing we have done it. Okay. And here, suppose if I say, I don't want to say something like a insert reference, I can directly use this percentage sign. Yeah. And whatever was my variable name. So suppose if I say the same thing will be happening. If I say insert reference and I say slide num. So what is happening is the same thing, slide num. Yeah. If I just say preview, naturally what will be the value will come?
The value which you initialized it.
Okay, it's a 0. But I want to show my value as a 1 now. Are you getting it? Because this is my slide number 1. So now how we are changing the variable value that we are going to learn. Now we are learning with a trigger. Okay. Now with the trigger and variables, we will learn every lecture something new. So I am just showing you whatever the trigger is there. So a trigger is one of the important part in our storyline. If I talk about a trigger, the way you told something is happening and you are triggering it. Yeah. Triggering it in your gun also, there is something is known as a trigger. You are triggering it and the gun is shooting it. So
something which is causing the response.
Exactly. Is something like that. So if I just talk about is something is known as something like a one event is there. I have to satisfy that event. It will be done with your trigger. So if I say, maybe in example, there is tomorrow is a birthday party. Okay, what is a birthday party? It's one event. How I have to satisfy that event? I have to go there, I have to buy a gift, and I have to present him and whatever. So whatever I have to do it, all these are my condition to fulfill that event. So the trigger is nothing, but it's like a one event, what I want to do when something is happening. Okay. So this is a way the trigger is a very important way. So the trigger is what? So if I just click here, something like a trigger, I can do some changes. I can do something like some functionality with the help of a triggers. I can give us some interactivity. Interactivity, it means if something is happening, do these things. All this stuff we can do it with the help of a trigger. As soon as the day will go, I will show you more depth in a trigger. So this is just a basic idea of a trigger. Okay, wherever if you want to do some interactivity, we are adding a triggers. Okay. Now, what I want to do, I want to change this slide number. So suppose if I say I want this slide number, the slide number should be 1. If I want this slide number, the slide number should be 2. So I have defined it a variable, and I want to change my variable on slide. Okay. So here something, if I click here, so this is something is known as an action. So what is the action? Action means what I want to do it. Yeah, what I want to do it. This is a slide and when you want to do it. So we can understand, I will show you the example also. So first of all, what I want to do it, I want to adjust the variable. So these are the predefined actions by Storyline. Yeah, naturally we are not going to learn each and everything, but naturally in our lectures we can cover around 50% of that. Yeah, so what I want to do it, I want to adjust my variable. What is your variable? I can say my variable is nothing but the slide number. What do you want to do it? I said the default value is a 0, but I want to make it as a 1. Okay, so just understand trigger. I'm adjusting my variable slide number to 1. Okay, so this is my action. When this action should be fired. Okay, if I'm talking about birthday party is there, I have to visit there. But when is a birthday party? It is a tomorrow 7 p.m. So if I want to adjust this variable, when I want to adjust this variable, when I want to change this value, this is when the timeline start. Okay, all of you know what is a timeline. So naturally in your basic lectures, you have learned this is your timeline. So as soon as my timeline start of this slide, I want to do this action. Understanding it? Clear? So just understand this is a trigger window. This is a very basic example. When my timeline start, I want to change my variable value to 1. And I say, okay. Once the trigger is added, you can see here, set slide number to value 1 when your timeline start on this. Okay? We'll come to on this point also. So now we see the output. I'm just clicking on a preview and I can say this slide. So can you see here? It's 1 and 1. Before that, it was coming 0. But I told Storyline, okay, please change value from 0 to 1 as soon as my timeline start. So as soon as timeline was starting, it's changed to 1.
Timeline is nothing but the first slide, second slide, the sequence.
Yes. So now here I want a value. So now you guys have to tell me what I have to do it. Okay.
Where do you want the value?
I want a value 2. So I can say copy and I can say paste here. Is this will work?
Yeah, you can just go to trigger now. Click on the text box.
Click on the text box.
Now go to trigger.
Trigger.
Adjust, okay, variable,
Adjust the variable.
drop down. The adjust variable. Now drop down. Slide number,
Slide number.
value to 1 or 2, sorry.
Good. I was expecting it. And good.
When the timeline starts on text box 1. I don't know. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Text box 1.
Okay. Now, if I just talk about when the timeline start on the text box 1, suppose Gaurav, if this my text box would be start from this 2 second, this value will change at the 2 second. So I don't want this as a text box, but I have to say this slide. So as soon as my slide
Okay, yeah.
start,
Okay,
the value should be changed.
correct.
If I haven't changed this option as a text box 1, still it will be giving me the 2. But suppose my text box would be somewhere here, then it will change after some time. Okay. So you're right on this case, but naturally we have to understand this condition also at the same time.
Sure.
Okay. So now adjust variable, the set slide number to a value 2, and whenever the timeline start on this slide, I say okay. So just understand, I am coming from here, set slide number to 1, set slide number to value 2, the same this thing, and I can say preview this slide. Shit, I'm sorry, I have to say full course, otherwise it's not a right way. Okay, so what I'm doing it, I'm saying preview that project, so we can have a and then after second also. So what is this? This is my slide number 1. I am saying next, and it will be my slide number 2. Just understand, in last lecture, whatever we have learned in the master slide, it was everything was ready-made. Here we have done everything with the manually. So understand this software, whatever thing is possible with the automatically, everything is possible manually. Sometimes automatically thing won't work. At that time, we have to implement all that stuff. And naturally, this will be a very much important part because there are so many things we have to do some manual triggers.
So Bhavesh, now can we go to slide and change if we have to change the position of 2 from top to bottom, is it possible, or again we have to do it in the beginning, from the beginning?
Sorry, from top to bottom position, it means I couldn't get them.
No, yeah, so your slide number is on top. If I want the slide number on the bottom, I want to edit it.
Yes, I can do it anytime. See, because now I'm first of all, I'm deleting a one slide number. Yeah. So now this slide number, I just want here.
Yeah.
You just need to drag it down.
Yeah, we can drag it down. What I'm asking is, so can't it happen in the recurring slide? Once we do it, cannot be like, positioned in all the other slides. Every time I have to go and change. So whenever I'm changing every time, there might be a little difference in positioning.
Yes, you are always right. So that's why we have to use a master slide and we can use that automatically thing. But suppose for some of the reason, if you have to use this thing, you have to do it manually, and what you have to do it. So suppose if I say, this is a things I have to copy. The one good thing of a storyline, if I'm now creating a new slide, and I can say basic layout and a blank, and I say Control V. Okay, can you see here from wherever I have copied, it will be pasted on the same place. So if you want something like that, K will become on the same positions. You can do copy pasting at the end of your project. It will come always on the same position. Else manually you have to see this X and Y position. Go under the format. What is the X and Y position? The same X and Y positions you have to give it here. Yeah. Okay. So the work is always there and you have to do it.
Bhavesh, like what happened for my first assignment is like I did it in the storyline 3. So that option, the insert option, the slide number option was not there. So what I did it like I used this variable thing. I tried to create one variable number, and I initialized it as first as 1, and then what happened is like I add the trigger as add. So every pages it is adding 1 and 1. It's going on like that. The problem which I faced over it, the challenge here is like when I click the back button, right? See, I'm having 5 slides. I'm clicking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shows. When I click back to 4, it just shows as 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's again going on incrementing. So what I again did it like, then I initialized each and every slide as 0. This mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then it is not changing anything else. So is that option trigger panel is different and 360 is different, or it is also available here, or?
Everything is right. You are also right, and storyline was also right, because the way you have told, okay, every time you are coming on this screen, add 1 in your variable. So storyline doesn't know he is already visited. Okay. At that time, you have to use one condition. Maybe the governor told something like a if and else. If it is already visited, or if it's already something is happened on this screen, you don't have to add. Okay. So at the trigger, if you know, now if I suppose if I'm coming here, okay, if I just double click here, can you see something is known as a condition?
Yeah.
You add some conditions to satisfy your options or whatever the things you are getting it. Naturally, I'm not going to teach you now, but we can do with the help of a condition. We will learn maybe within this lectures, in maybe or 2 or 3 lectures, how to add a condition, and you can implement the same thing and it will solve your problem without any other difficulties.
Okay. But the trigger panel will be vary, right? 3 and 360, there will be slight changes in the trigger panels, right?
So much changes are there. So much of changes, sir.
Okay. I got it. Yeah.
Okay. Got it?
Yeah.
So now tell me about a variable and trigger. Have you understood properly?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have understood how to do it, but what are the scenarios where we can use it?
We'll learn. So first, this is a basic funda. So one funda I have just told you how this thing is working. Okay, now we can learn with the example also. Yeah. Okay. So this was about a trigger and variables. So naturally, I want to show you so many other things with the triggers also. So now if I just talk about whenever we are adding a set slide number to a value 1, here I saying the slide number to a value 2. Suppose if I want to delete a trigger, I have some option edit, copy and delete. I am just deleting this thing. Yeah. Every time you don't have to write a same trigger again and again, you can have an option which is known as a edit, copy the selected trigger or whatever. So if I just say copy the selected trigger, I just come on the screen and I can say paste. Okay, so on this one, again, the same value is coming and I can change it to the value 2. So if I'm going here, I can just say paste and I can say change the value to 3. So this is an easier way to implement trigger again and again. Clear? So this is a way you can maintain your triggers also. So this is a way that we are going to learn every day, how the things we can improve in triggers and how we can write it. Now, if I just want to show you an example, or before that, I can just open my PPT if I haven't missed anything. All that stuff we learned last time. Number, yeah, variables that we have learned, how the variables are there, variable to store the data and use to remember the information, how to add it. There's a different way of our variables. Okay, using trigger to adjust the variables that we have already learned how to adjust the variables. This is a one assignment, or I can say one example that we are going to do it. Okay, so this is nothing but the variables with the help of the variable. Now, how the things are here. What is this thing? So this is a first screen and this is a second screen, the slide 1 and slide 2. What is this thing? So we are asking some name from the person, and on the second screen, we are saying something with that name. Yeah. So what is happening? Maybe on some of the website, you are going and is asking for your name. Okay, please write your name. So I'm just writing Bhavesh. As soon as I say submit, I'm changing my page and he's saying welcome Bhavesh. Yeah. So can we do this type of a work, whatever we have learned till now?
Yeah.
Sure. Can we do that?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So what we are doing it, what I'm doing it, I'm I will be a robot. Whatever you will tell me, I will do it, and we'll get to know how we are getting this output or not. Sure?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm doing, so now you understood what is we have to do it. We have to create a 2 slides. On your first slide, there will be a one something like some value that I have to put it. Maybe there will be a some button. And on the second slide, there will be a text saying welcome. Whatever the value you have added, it will be shown on your screen. Yeah? Easy?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I am doing it, I am opening a storyline. Or before opening a storyline, I can show you the example I have created. If it is there, if not, we will create it. One sec, get name. Let me know, can you see this screen, blue color screen?
You mean the slide layers?
No, one sec, because I haven't shared the full thing. So I have to share it once again. See my blue screen now?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm seeing it, preview, publish, preview, entire project. Okay, so what is this things? Type your text here, please enter your name to start the game. Okay, so what I'm doing it, suppose if I'm saying, writing my name, Bhavesh, I say continue. I'm very sorry. And can you see something like Bhavesh to the game scenario and some rules and everything is coming and you can start the game. Okay, so this is a way that we have to do it. So naturally, this is a requirement of so many projects. Whatever the avatar name or whatever the things name you have added, it will be always display on all your pages. Yeah. So this is a things we have to do it. Clear?
Yeah.
So can you help me out now? What I have to do it? So I'm just closing it, and what I'm doing it, we can open the new name or a new file. New. Okay, so I can use this only. Okay, come on.
You have to click plus.
Okay.
No, group box. Yeah.
Yeah.
Box variable, and here we have to add a variable plus, and add a variable.
Okay. Before that, what I am doing it, I don't want all this variable now, so I can select it and I can say
Delete. Mhm.
delete and delete. Yeah. Variable thing is there. Once it is defined, it will be always in your file if you will delete the object or anything, but variable will be always there. So if you don't want, you can delete it. Okay. So likewise assignment, I will teach you, I will give you a one tip like this. Hope you can understand, and it would be a much more important while doing some courses. Okay, so I'm just clicking on a plus sign to create a new variable. Yeah. Okay, now I'm a robot.
First name. Yeah, text okay. Default. Yeah.
Default name is whomever the person's name want to display it in that screen.
Right, Bhavesh.
No, but how can we have Bhavesh? Every time the person is entering, it might be different, right?
I think for this scenario, this is a single username. So I think we can set it as this name. Am I right, Bhavesh? In case if what she's asking, like if 2 or 3 names, like we want to put it or display it, like we can add 3, 4 variables, right?
No, Sumaya is right. I think we should leave this blank. Leave this blank.
Uh,
Sumaya is right. The question was,
Doubt.
but if you're leaving the default value, but whatever name you're displaying, it will take it and display it, or is that the scenario? Or
you know what? For now, for the first slide, we just leave it like that.
okay.
I think so. I'm not sure. But for the next slide, we need to put the same variable, the name, so it will automatically pop up, I think.
No, what I thought is like default name we have to give, or we have to initialize it so that it will store that default name. Until it doesn't store it, we can't give the name whatever we are typing, right? I thought in that way because
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so it might sound vague. Should the default value be submit always?
okay.
Okay, good. Okay, very good. I liked your discussions and debate. Okay, now I can say everyone is right. Vignesh, very good. The Vignesh doubt was something like that. Can I leave these things blank or not? If I'm leaving a blank, and after that, if I'm adding a value, will it take the value or not? Yeah, Vignesh, that was something that was in your mind.
Yeah.
Okay. So whatever the Vignesh have a knowledge, I can say this is something like in programming language, wherever if you are defining any variable, you have to initialize or you have to give some name to the variable. But in articulate storyline, it's not necessary that you have to give some value. If you are leaving a blank is 100% fine. So the way Gaurav and Sumaya, you have told, it's fine. I can default value should be a blank. Okay. So hope I have cleared all of your doubts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm again robot. Come on.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Text box.
Yeah.
You have to tell me how to do it.
Insert.
So we can go to insert and we can add one shape.
Press Control T.
Thank you, sir. I was happy to get.
Control T. Reference.
Insert reference.
Insert. Reference.
We have to select it.
Is selected. Okay.
So before that, we have to insert another Control T and we have to mention it as like, or we can click a button, right? As per the scenario you want to.
No, now it's done. Now you just need to insert the button below. So you can write insert, press go to the button, and then put the button option. There's a button near the slider. Yeah.
Below that we can put the button.
Put the button below that. Yes. Submit, and you can change the text to submit. And add a trigger to the submit. I think it's already a submit. Yeah. So jump to next slide. When the user clicks, add a trigger to this. So you need to go to triggers. Yes, you need to add a trigger to this. So change action. Jump to slide. When the user clicks button 1, correct.
So here, whenever you are just moving it, you can see whatever it's going to be your trigger. Yeah.
We can change the name to button 1 to submit. No, we cannot, right? We
Yes,
can?
we can.
Okay. Because then you know which button is submit, which button is instead of button 1, button 2.
Exactly. So that is always a good practice to change the name, and whatever is a proper name we have to give it.
Okay.
Okay, before clicking OK, I just want to understand what exactly we have done on the screen.
So we have to duplicate, we have to create the next slide and we have to display some content and we have to.
No, first of all, I want to understand this slide because I am not getting it this slide at all. What exactly you want to do it?
We want learner to click, we want learner to enter his name. So we need to write some instructions before. So write your first name. So learner will write his first name and then click on the submit button.
Before we give this variable, there should be a first name also, right? Otherwise, how will he get to know that he has to write a first name? Like the way we wrote my first name is.
Enter your first name on a text box. Something like that.
Yeah, I think like then we have to insert a control T and we have to add this instructions before this first name, this function, before that function.
Okay, what I'm doing, I'm canceling it. Okay, I have to say something control T once again. And I say,
enter your first name.
Yeah.
And yeah.
F small. Okay,
Bhavesh, like what we can do is like we can add some oval box and we can set it back to this first name so that it will be entered inside it. So
I don't get you, sir.
We can go to insert option and we can add some oval shape. And no, not sorry, the rectangle shape with an curved edges. Sorry. Yeah, we can little bit move on to that yellow thing and we can, yeah, and no, I want to make it, yeah, like that. Bhavesh, what I would say is like I mean that this shape has to be placed beside this thing, like behind the modulo thing, the function thing, that shape. Yeah, and this text can be placed beside it. Enter your first name, or this can be fine, or whatever maybe. Like yeah, we can align it.
I'm still not getting this screen. What exactly we are doing with the screen?
We are entering the username inside it.
Who's entering the username?
Actually, like we want the user to enter that their name, like yeah.
Okay. So your question is saying user has to enter. So why we are writing this thing here? What is this?
First name user. It's user's name.
This is the reference variable, right?
This is a reference variable. When the reference variable will come?
When we are initializing the variable name.
Okay. What is my question? I want to take a user's name from the user, which I have to store in a variable, and that I want to display in my next slide. Okay, are you getting it? So what we are doing it here. So if you are saying enter your first name, submit button, these two things is 100% right. What this is doing it here? What is this? Are you getting what is my question? Are you getting it?
Could you please repeat your question again? Like
okay, what I want to do it?
You want the user to enter their name, like yeah, they have to submit their name, like while they're hovering this button inside it, like so they have, it will ask the name, so they have to enter their name, right? Or
exactly, enter their name. So suppose now if I'm just previewing this slide, enter your first name, nothing is there here. How the user will type? Okay. Want user has to type something? and that value I want to store it in my variable. What you have told me to directly display this variable value, how I will display without getting it inside.
Okay,
Are
so
you getting it?
yeah.
Okay.
Clear? Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So tell me where we are wrong and what we can do.
So we
delete
have
it.
to create a
So-
text box there for him to type.
Very good. Yeah. So what we have to do, we have to create a one something like a text box wherever the user will type. Getting it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Is the right approach?
Hmm.
Yeah.
If you have seen here, if I will just show you this screen, whatever it here, it was something like that. Is a some empty this thing wherever the user will type something. So here is just a text box. This is a something like our submit button. This is just an extra area, and here we are displaying the value. Clear? The same thing we have to do it something here. So what I have to do it here?
And
So
insert.
we have to move it to the next page, the
No.
reference variable.
I'm just deleting it. I don't know about next page now. I want to know about this page.
Just delete it. Yeah. So you can also go to insert, and we can also there's an option called input. We can ask the learner to input something new.
Very good. Thank you, Gaurav. So that is something is known as a input text entry field or the numeric entry field. What I'm doing it, text entry field. I'm clicking it and I am writing
This is there in PowerPoint also, I think. Yeah.
it. This thing is known as a type your text here.
Yeah.
Can you do it once again? I missed it.
Yeah. I'm just keeping a formatting everything aside. Okay, so what I'm doing it, insert, input, text entry. Okay, what is a text entry? If you want any details or any value from the users, you can create a text box. But this is a text box will taking a value, or maybe you can type something. Okay, so this things naturally I have to cover it in the basic. In basic, we have something like an input field wherever the user will type something and we can easily store it. The storing option have to teach it in advance, but how to store it, that we are doing it in advance now. So suppose if I say preview this slide, so enter your first name and I can just type it some name. Okay, and now when I say submit, something is going to change to the second screen, and on the second screen it should come as a welcome Bhavesh. Getting it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clear?
So in the
Where did you get this
yeah.
text entry, Bhavesh?
Sorry, ma'am.
Where did you get text entry?
If you go inside, insert, there is an input that's known as a text entry.
Okay.
Okay.
So Bhavesh, like then once we add this text entry, then that reference thing can be displayed in the other screen, whichever place we want it, right? Is that fine? Is it right or?
But we have to connect whatever the person is going to type here will be stored in this one.
Okay. Then why do we require to create a variable? We can directly create a text entry, right?
Very good. Okay. Now the text entry has a very good option. By default, you are creating any text entry will be saved as a variable. Okay. So see, whatever this is a text entry is name. If you go into the variable, by default, it's created. So now Sumaya have told what I have to do it on the next screen. Come on, tell me.
Okay, so next screen, then I'll go and add that variable. So that text entry mein jo naam hai, I have to go to the next screen and just add a trigger for that variable. Am I right?
Yes. Okay. So now first we can create a new slide. Okay. So new slide, I can just say blank. Here something I have to say welcome, whatever the name of that person. So what I'm doing it, first of all, I'm just creating a text box and I'm saying welcome, whoever it is. Now what I have to do?
Then you have to go to insert and have to add this reference variable.
No, first you add a text box.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Insert the
Insert.
text.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Then you have to add that reference. Again, insert.
No, go to the group. Oh, yeah.
Reference.
And add this thing. Okay.
Okay, so by default, its variable is created, so we don't have to worry. And I say, okay. So whatever is a text entry. Now, can we play the things and it will work?
Should.
Yeah.
Okay. It will work, but we have removed the trigger for here. So what was the trigger for us? Jump to the slide. So this new trigger that we have learned. So that is a second trigger. What exactly we are doing it? Jump to slide, next slide when user click button 1. And I just say, okay, let's see how it is working. If it is working or not, that also we can see. Okay, so here I'm asking, enter your first name. Okay, now here I can just write anything. If I'm writing Vignesh, and I'm very sorry if the spelling is wrong. And I say submit, and it's the next screen is coming. Welcome, Vignesh. Yeah. If I'm going to the first screen, okay. If I'm just saying Gaurav is saying welcome, Gaurav. Okay, so just understand, we have created this file. It will be online, and whoever is a user will type their name will be displayed on their screen. Now understanding what is a variable is doing it. So variable has stored some value and will be displayed again and again whenever it is required. So what is a variable? Variable store the some value.
Yeah, it's just like we input and it shows the output.
Yes, so it's stored. Okay, so just understand, this is known as an interactivity. This is known as a dynamic thing. Okay, so suppose if you are playing some games in your mobile, anything, yeah, what will be happening? They are asking to write your name and that your name is displaying. But if this thing won't be possible, if the variable won't be there, how your name will be displayed? So then I have to say something like a welcome XYZ, some hard-coded name.
Okay. Vignesh, in the trigger, we also had button, right? We also used it. So then why didn't that come here?
No, so Samya, like you told me, like the button is not being here, right? Or I didn't get your question.
No, yeah. So here we have the submit, whereas when we change the trigger also, there also button was there. But why it is not reflecting on the second slide?
But because the trigger itself, like while the user is clicking this button, it has to be navigated to the next page and it should reflect it, right? So that is the reason behind it, I would say. So is that right? What you're asking exactly?
No,
you are
because we
asking
haven't added that
buttons?
button. Because we haven't added that button on the slide in the first case. Because it is only for this slide that we added on our in storyline. We haven't added the submit button. You have to add submit button on your next slide as well to reflect on it.
Okay. And in what case we have to use jump to slide?
Each and every case, jump to slide will be important whenever you want to manually go to from first slide to another slide.
Okay, when the manually this name has to appear in the second slide, then we have to use jump to slide.
Nothing like that. Jump to slide, you can go now. Suppose if I just talk about these things, I can do it from here also. Yeah. So if I say whatever the things you have typed, and if I just say click here, it's going from here also. Okay. But why the submit button on HTML or in your website? Whenever you are typing something, if you want to store it, we always try to give some button. On clicking of button, it will be jumping automatically to the second slide because user doesn't have to click again. we have to restrict our clicks also. Whenever you are going to work on some of the project, you the client will say first the user has clicked here, then again he's clicking on the next one. I don't want so many click on that pages. So as soon as he's clicking, it should be jumped to the next slide also, and my name also stored. Okay, so we are saving our clicks.
Yeah.
Yes, all of you got it? Any problem?
So, Bhavesh, like that is the reason you told me, like we can store a value, an inbuilt value to the variables. We can have a predefined values as well as by default, whatever values we are entering it, it will store it, right? So that is the concept of variables.
Yes, sir.
And I'm asking one more question. See, we are having some 5 variables. Okay. So 5 different names. So we have to fetch a certain person's name more specific. So is that possible that the variable will fetch out the certain person's name and will it show it in that output screen, or?
Yeah, whatever it is, whatever the variable name you will play, that variable value will display on your screen.
Okay.
First of all, the way you told the 5 variable, if it is a define, the same variable name you can't define. The variable will be always unique. The variable name will be always unique. So whatever the value we will insert in that unique variable, that value will display as soon as you will fetch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gaurav, Sumaya, any question? Are you getting it?
Not complete. Yeah, trying to get it.
Okay.
Because I am not understanding. In first case for page numbers, we used adjust variable. Then we chose jump to slide. So in what case, what option to choose, that is not clear.
Now, if I just talk about in general term, suppose if you want to open a door, what you will do? First, you stand up, you have to go to the living room and you have to open the door. Okay, so that was for the opening of a door. Suppose if you want to go to the fresh room, which door you will open? Naturally, you don't have to go to the living room, but you have to go to the bathroom and you have to open that door. So just understand this thing, how the things are happening, what conditions you want to do, how you will decide that. Yeah. So suppose naturally I want to jump to the next screen. I'm writing jump to the slide, but I want to change my variable value. I'm writing adjust variable. So all the triggers are different depending upon your condition. Yeah. If there is a 3 to 4 things I want to do it, how you will do it, it's fully depend upon whatever is a satisfaction level. Yeah. Getting it? Clear?
Yes.
So small questions was in between from the Gaurav, Vignesh. So that was something like that. We were writing as a button 1 here of what button and everything you are creating it. Everything will be come on your timeline. So suppose if I just change it as a submit. Okay, you can just check it out. The change is also here. So first it was showing as a button 1, but now can you see I just changed this name as a submit is changed to the submit. There is always a good habit. You don't have to write a text box to text entry like this. You have to.
So we can name the objects also, right? Okay.
Yes, sir. Anything. So this is a text box. So you have to just say something like we have to say text on screen 1. We always say text on screen. Okay. So this is a TOS. This is a text entry. So I just say this thing will be my first name. So I can understand this is my first name. Okay. So this is will be understandable, whatever the things are here. Yes, this is your text entry. Now this text entry, if I want to change this value to some another value, I can do it, but we will learn one by one. So this is a little bit heavy for today to understand variable and trigger. So I'm stopping variable and trigger here and I'm moving to the animation part. If you want to take a break for a 5 minute, you are ready to take it. If you are not, I can continue.
Okay. Can you tell us what is the module 2 today, what we are going to cover? Because like you showed us what you were going to cover for module 1. If you have that thing, so that I can just write it down if you don't mind.
Yes, where is my PPT?
And Bhavesh, when would they be adding the content and recording in the material? Because
Not added yet.
not yet added.
Oh man, I have.
Yeah.
Because I've told my counselor also, but still there is no.
Even I told them. They said it's going to be added in 48 hours. They told me that on last Saturday.
Yeah. Because for
Please do follow up. Yeah,
how much follow up, Bhavesh? Every time
I will also do it. You have already now talked to me. I will also message and I will call them once. If suppose my things is not sorted out, I will go to the one step ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, I will also talk to this Toshi,
Yesterday
who
they
have
have
created
sent
our
one
Toshi has created a
number.
group.
Yeah, she has created a group. Maybe after the session, I'm also sending a text to them. Maybe Bhavesh, Gaurav and Vignesh also can ask them to do it.
They've
Yeah.
given a helpline number now. You have to.
Helpline number, we can just send it.
Okay. So just check it out for today and tomorrow and what the reply are coming. If the reply is not satisfied in a group, I will talk to on one of the higher level.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Because it's difficult to recollect everything when we sit for assignments. I get really lost at that time.
Have you? Are you looking? Are you looking at your storyline screen when he's teaching you? I'm just giving a suggestion. It's not. It's
Yeah, in
mandatory.
fact, I went through those videos also that day. I went through those videos, storyline videos also.
No, what I do when he's teaching, I actually have my storyline open in front of me and I copy what he's doing. I think that works when you're applying to a software. When you're learning a new software, it's always good to have your screen in front of you. And this is what my suggestion is. This is what my experience is. But your
Gaurav, I can edit. You are 100% right, but you are having a proper knowledge of a basic knowledge of articulate storyline. At the same time, Sumaya doesn't have a basic knowledge of this thing, so it may be a little bit difficult for her to open at the same time and to do the same thing. It may take a time for her to come on that level.
hey, it's not having basic knowledge. I mean, you just copy the steps what you are doing, and then
Yes, I'm going very slow. That is
yeah, you're going very slow.
because I know that you should understand that whatever we are teach or whatever I'm teaching, you should learn properly.
I mean, you don't have to remember all the steps. It's just that when you see something in front of you, you'll grasp it faster.
Yeah.
So when he's clicking on the group box, like you said, group. So when you see it, now when he's just telling you, you won't understand. But when you see it, you will remember it.
Yeah, remember
Yeah.
it. That's true.
That's for sure.
And if you can't do that after the lecture, do that practice 100%. If you can't practice it within a 1 week, understand you will forget everything. How your faculty is good or how much is bad, if you will practice within a same day or within a week, you can understand everything. Otherwise, you will think, I know this thing, I know these things, but while working on that, you won't know a single thing.
Yeah.
Gaurav sir, on my screen, I think you can see for that module 2. There are so many things. Naturally, we are not covering today, but naturally we have covered some of the things and still I want to cover more things.
Okay.
So most probably module 1, if I just go, we have fully covered now module 1. If anything is remaining, just tell me. A progress indicator is there. So naturally, how we are adding a slide number, we can have a progress indicator also. So we can do it. Otherwise, everything is done in module 1.
And also quick customize the quick access toolbar. You told me.
Yeah, I can teach you now only.
Oh, okay.
Okay. First of all, what is a quick access toolbar? So this is known as a quick access toolbar.
Okay.
Okay. If you can see here in your screen, maybe you will be having only save option and undo and redo option. I will be having these 2 more options. Okay. Why? Because in my project, I am working wherever I have to add audio again and again. Audio again and again. To insert an audio, what I have to do, if I screen, I have to go to the insert audio and I have to say audio from file. Yeah. What to do? I have to do 3 clicks. I will cancel it. But here, if I'm just coming, I'm just doing a 1 click and my things is satisfied. So what is a quick access toolbar? If you want any tools to be used again and again, you can add it into the quick access toolbar. Like inserting a text box. It's again and again is required. But I haven't added this thing on a quick toolbar. Why? Because I know if I'm pressing Control T, it's easily coming. But there is a no shortcut for the audio. So that's why I added here. How to do it? You can go on your tool, right click it, and just say add to quick access toolbar. As soon as you will say, it will come on your screen. Clear? Any tool you want, just click on add to quick access toolbar and it will come on your screen. There are so many different tips and tricks. Maybe we will learning in our lectures, which is not part of our curriculum, but naturally it is required, like all the shortcuts.
Okay.
Okay. Clear? Easy or hard? What we have learned till now.
We'll understand once we practice on.
Yeah. And for me, Bhavesh, for the storyline, always the trigger, trigger is also easy. This variable is always very difficult to understand it. Like it's more relevant to the programming language to understand the logic behind it. That is the only challenge. Like even I faced it in my work. Otherwise, yeah, it's going good. And now I can understand the basics of it. I can
Nothing
understand the
like that,
basics of
Vignesh.
this.
It's in your mind that this is a hard thing, this is an easy thing. Once you will understand, it's 100% easy to implement.
Okay.
And I can understand you are having a very good knowledge, the terms you are using it. I can say okay, you are having a very good background knowledge of a programming also, that I can understand. But if I talk about a Gaurav, he's an ID person and he can understand each and everything. So just comparing both of you, so don't think it's a very hard to understand and everything, because whenever things comes in your mind, it's hard to understand. What you will do it, you will try to avoid using that. And the variable and the triggers are very much important to implement storyline projects. So just understand it's easy to implement, but you have to practice every time. And I can tell you, whatever I'm teaching it, after 1 month, when you are practicing every day, you will learn so many different things. Whatever I'm teaching, I'm trying to covering each and everything, whatever I have experience in my, working on my hands-on experience. So that's why you are getting it. Yeah, this is the option. This is a good option. No one will teach you in this manner. That's the main thing.
Okay.
Because articulate storyline, I had to work around more than 250 projects, more than I can.